Have you had setbacks to your big plans in your life? Are you frustrated because some plans had to be put on hold or maybe even had to be abandoned? I'm going to share my plan for dealing with some setbacks that I've recently had in my life, and I hope that helps you too. Hello, my name is Laura, and I call this channel A Life Rebuilt. I make videos about starting my life over in the second half. If you hang on to the end, I will explain why I'm sitting in an empty basement room on the floor. The past several weeks have been really bad for me, and I mean really bad. Not quite so bad as some other weeks of the previous year, because I did manage to stay out of the hospital this time, so that's good. I had lots of little goals, little plans to move me toward my bigger goals for my big life restart. I had plans to do some extreme decluttering in my house. I was going to tune up my little lawnmower and get it running smoothly because lawn mowing season is upon us. I was going to exercise at least 4 days a week, hoping for some little health benefits from that. I was going to eat vegetables every day. I was going to go to bed earlier, and I was going to read more before I went to sleep. I was going to get some debts paid off. I was going to record and post more videos on this channel, and I was going to learn to get better at doing them. All of that ground to a halt when my physical and mental health took a big hit. I was barely able to take care of myself and my 4 cats for the past several weeks and get myself to my job so that I can pay the bills. I am beginning to feel much better now, thanks to God and my doctor. Now, setbacks will always be a part of life. So here are 3 things that I am doing about my setbacks and 3 things that I am not doing about my setbacks. The first thing I'm doing is I'm resting. The things that set my plans back took a lot out of me. And so I'm not jumping in with both feet again just because I feel good when I wake up in the morning. That doesn't mean I'm going to have the capacity to be productive all day. Second thing I'm doing is I'm analyzing. I'm looking at, is there a better approach to my plans? Was I doing something that was not sustainable? Is there a better way to do what I was doing to accomplish the goals that I had so that it's not taking so much out of me? Number 3, I'm resuming those plans, but slowly. My plans are ambitious, and I don't want to crash out and burn again. Then there's 3 things that I'm not doing. Number 1, I'm not giving up. And don't you give up either. My life plans are too important to give up. You are too important to give up on what matters to you. Number 2, I'm not blaming myself or anyone else. There's a lot of life that is not in our control. Even if it was my fault, I'm not, blame doesn't solve anything. I will take responsibility, I will learn from it, and I will do better the next time. The third thing that I'm not doing is stealing time from self-care to make up for lost time on goals. I'm not staying up later than is healthy, for example, in order to do something that was on my to-do list. I'm taking care of me and my needs first, and then I will work on my plans. Please don't give up on your plans. Your goals matter, you matter. Now, as for why I'm sitting here in this empty basement room, one of the things that it didn't go completely on hold while I was ill, but it slowed way down, is the remodeling of this room in my basement. This is the room where my husband stashed all of his things when he suffered from hoarding disorder. And then after he passed away, I started to clean the room out and just about the time I got it empty, my daughter had a crisis and had to move back in with me. After 9 months, she finally moved out, got a place of her own, and I've been working on remodeling this space so that it can be a peaceful retreat for me. I'm going to make a reading corner. In that far corner over here is going to be my treadmill. Right here is going to be my exercise mat, and I might put up some fairy lights, and I've got a lava lamp, and I've got all sorts of comforts, including my preschool coloring books and my giant box of crayons for when I need to just chill. Now, I've got 2 ugly walls of cinder blocks, and I do mean ugly. The pictures in this video make it look a lot better than it is, but here, let me show you. These walls are in really bad shape. The paneling is pretty much intact except for one hole I need to patch, but it is all marked up and ugly, and I've been spraying it with primer, so it kind of looks like we've got some gang tags down here. All right, let's get this camera back settled where it's supposed to be. Now, I was very blessed with finding some paint on clearance. I got 2 buckets of pretty good quality paint on clearance for just $10. I've also got a bunch of stain covering primer that I've been spraying spots with. I bought that a long time ago on clearance, but these 2 gallons of paint, I messed up. At first, when I spotted them, I picked out 2 gallons that were just plain white, and I thought, well, I really kind of wanted pink, but white will certainly work. I can always paint it pink later if I want to. For that price, I couldn't hardly resist. And I was all set to buy 2 gallons of paint there, and then I realized that the 2 I'd looked at were glossy, and I didn't really want glossy in this room. So there were 2 other gallons that said eggshell texture, and so I swapped it out and bought those instead. Then when I got home, I realized that this is a paint base that says must be tinted. It doesn't have enough pigment in it to be paint on its own, apparently. So I thought, I screwed up. What am I going to do? And I remembered, I really want this room to be pink, actually. So I've got about 8 tubes of artist acrylic paint in red and yellow, and I'm going to pour my 2 gallons into a 5-gallon bucket. I am going to squeeze those tubes of highly pigmented artist paint in, mix it up with my little drill mixer that's kind of like a blender until I get the perfect peachy pink. And then I'm going to paint these 2 paneled walls. If there's enough, I might paint all 4 walls, but I think maybe I'd rather leave the cinder block walls white. We shall see. We'll see how far the paint goes. So that's why I'm sitting in an empty basement room on the floor. There's no furniture in here because this is my project room. And I'm thankful that while it didn't come to a screeching halt, the work on this room did slow down a little bit. Like every day I would patch at least 1 hole. I would sand at least 1 rough spot. And it's starting to look like it might actually get done this summer. So hopefully soon. I want to get the treadmill moved in here before it's too cold to walk outside again. So that's what I'm doing with my life lately. What are you doing with yours? How are your plans going along? Don't forget, do not give up on your plans. Your plans matter. You matter. Now, if you want to follow along with me and my starting my life over Be sure to click that follow button and click the little bell so that you get notifications about when I post my next video. Until that next video, be well, be at peace, love, and be loved. Bye.